Get
Hot
out.
105, 50 minutes today is R&B and old school. Big Lip and Shelby Russian. Welcome to the show. And we got a special guest in the studio. I never act like a groupie,
guest.
but I am right now.
He's groupied out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ice Cube.
Oh,
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, man, you know, pretty fair for a square.
Well, you know, it's so crazy because I didn't realize, I just noticed this today. 31 years ago, yesterday, y'all dropped Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah,
does
man.
Does it seem like it's been that long?
It don't. I mean, it don't seem like it's been that long. It's a trip because we never thought the group was going to get that big. And, like, I'm still riding the wave of that record coming out 31 years ago. So it's amazing that Straight Outta Compton, you know, for one, came out and made the noise that it did, and that we're still here, you know, because of that.
And just looking at, even with Straight Outta Compton and the content of that album, just looking at that and where you are now.
Yeah.
You know, like, is it like, has it hit, well, I'm sure it's hit you, but like, did you see this happening, or one day you were like, you know what, I want to go this direction?
I think me doing the movie Friday showed everybody that I wasn't just all serious, hardcore, that, you know, I had a sense of humor. And I just think it opened up, you know, another avenue for me to you know, show people, you know, what I got creatively.
If you were into hip hop, you never thought Ice Cube had a sense of humor.
Right.
When you looked at that his album, his first soul color album with the hat on, he looking all hard or whatever. I'm America's Most Wanted. I'm like, okay. And then you came out with Friday. It was like, wait a second, this dude kind of funny.
Yeah, you know, it was just you know, being able to just show all your talents. You know, when it comes to movies, it's a whole different medium. So you can show different sides of yourself. And so I think that's what opened the floodgates, because that, you know, then that opened it up to barbershop. So it went from an R-rated comedy to a PG-13 comedy. And then we was like, yo, let's see if we could take it a little further, see if the kids like me.
Right, exactly.
So we did Are We There Yet?
Are We There?
Which opened up a whole nother floodgate, because, you know, I realized my fans had kids, and I didn't want, you know, dudes to have to go tell their kids, yo, that's Ice Cube, man. He used to do this, and he was that, and he was this. I want the kids to know me from the jump. So with Are We There Yet, it allows, you know, real young fans to get down with me. So it's been a blessing.
So speaking of kids, I know you're extremely close to your son. So was it a lot of pressure on him when he decided he wanted to go into acting?
Yep. Straight pressure.
Really? Did you kind of like push him towards acting, or is it something he wanted to do?
Well, when I knew that we was gonna produce Straight Outta Compton, you know, I had been taking him on tour with me. He performs with me, all that kind of stuff. So I knew he could pull it off. Yeah. But was he gonna be serious about acting? You know, that was on him. So, you know, I offered an opportunity to try out for Straight Outta Compton. So he just took it serious. You know, he was like, he almost got to the point where he was like, man, can't nobody else do this but me.
Well, he looked just like you, first of all.
So
I'm looking for pictures of 20 years ago to see if you was pregnant, because he looks exactly.
Damn.
He looks exactly like you.
He just, man, he took it so serious, and he was good. And so, you know, he just kind of like owned the part, you know, and I made him work for 2 years to get it.
There you go.
Because,
I had the opportunity to talk to him when the movie had premiere, and he said he went to acting school. I don't know, he just kind of like just studied for like a year or two.
He studied in L.A., studied in New York. I was trying to get him to quit.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, if you ain't going to go all the way, might as well quit now, because if you do this movie and you're not good, your life is going to be terrible. Right. You know, people going to clown you forever.
Well, how much pressure do you think he felt, though, playing you in that
pressure.
movie? I mean, like,
you know, he lived up to it. That's why I'm so proud.
Yes, he did.
He lived up to the pressure, exceeded it, and then made a career out of it, you know. So I'm extremely proud that he, you know, you just want your kids to step up.
No doubt.
You know, I don't care if you tell them to take out the trash. Trash better be out when I get home. And when you get home and it's out, you be like, okay, my man stepped up today.
He did that.
So whenever your kids step up, you're just proud of them.
And that's admirable, because I remember I was reading something where Diddy's son said that his dad kicked him out because he felt like he was being lazy.
Right.
No, bro, you got to get out of my house. And, you know,
Make
and
him work
it's true
for
because
it.
he wanted him to step up.
Yeah.
And as an entertainer, and you realize something, these kids are growing up different than you grew up.
Right.
Totally.
You know, so it's kind of hard to motivate them to try to take themselves to the next level, especially when they seem like they got everything.
Yeah, you know, they had a fluffy life, man.
A fluffy life.
It's
I
been
like
gravy.
that.
It's
A lot
been
different from
gravy.
yours, right?
Way different than mine. You know, they ain't have to worry about the stuff I had to worry about coming up. And so, yeah, you hope it's in them. You know, you hope, you know, what's in you, that fire, you know, that you passed it down in some kind of way. And what's great is, you know, I seen that in my kids, that they got the fire, and they understand that nothing is gonna really be given to them. They got to actually do better than people that's unknown, because they are known and they're expected to do better. So I just love that all my kids, you know, got that mentality.
Let me ask you a question though. So like thinking back to when you were growing up, and the relationship between black men or blacks period and the police back then and where we are now, what are your thoughts on that?
Same place.
Same place.
Ain't nothing changed but the date.
Yeah.
You know, we still seeing, you know, blacks, you know, young, old, being abused by the police. And so, you know, it's got to change. It's got to stop. We got to keep putting the pressure on. Don't let up. Don't let off the gas to try to get things changed and try to get them to respect us as human beings.
Right. I think a lot of people may think that back then you were abusing the police, you know, with your lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Because there were a lot of politics in that, you know, and behind that, a lot of people were upset with your lyrics, saying that it incited violence, you know, when it came to police. I'm like, yeah, well,
no, but it was actually the truth.
It's the real,
It's the real, and you know, it was our only weapon.
Right.
You know, we didn't want to be violent.
Right.
We wanted to be creative and, you know, highlight and magnify what was going on. And we glad we did, because, you know, before that song, police were never or rarely held accountable for anything.
Right.
Facts.
But after that song, people started to question the police. Then you have the Rodney King incident, which was basically showing what we was talking about. And now police are on trial too. You know, when they do something wrong, we gotta talk to them too. We don't just take their word for it no more. So I think the song has done more for the people than, you know, a lot of other protests. So, you know.
And it's funny because after police is still being played at protests 31 years later.
It should be.
Right.
You know, until they get it right.
Today, right?
Until they get it right.
Yeah.
Why not?
And you know we got to talk about the Big 3.
Big 3.
Big 3.
Yeah,
Tomorrow,
yeah.
Triple
Yes,
A.
sir.
So how did you come up with this concept of, you know, I'm going to put a lot of these, like, you know, all-star old school basketball players together and create this league? What made you come up with this concept?
I mean, as a fan, you know, I just hated to see guys retire when I know they still balling.
Yes.
I know they go play, you know, on the weekends with their peers. They all, you know, I'm hearing about, you know, man, such and such was at the gym yesterday, killed it. I'm like, damn, why can't we see? I mean, like, the regular old fan.
Right.
So then I start thinking about, well, how do you present that? How do you present players that's, you know, formerly in the NBA but no longer in the NBA, you know? And then I was like, wait a minute, 3-on-3 basketball is something that we all grew up on.
Yeah.
That's never been promoted to the professional level. Let's promote it to the professional level and invite guys that we know still can play to be part of the league. And that's kind of how it started to, you know, roll. The ball started to roll.
You know, they say if you build it, they'll come. And
Yeah.
I watch it on television, and you know, like I just told you, we were talking off mic. I took my son last year when you were here in Miami, and he loved it. We kind of put our vacation on pause this year because it's tomorrow.
See, that's
you know,
what I'm talking about. That's
hey,
what I'm
the kid
talking
loves
about.
it. I mean, it worked. Let me ask you another question. Lamar Odom. He tried. Did he try out?
Yeah,
I read somewhere that you told him to come back when he gets his ass in shape or something like that.
Did a bag fall out of his pocket?
Nah, nothing like that. Nothing like that. You know, it's what people realize when they get a chance to either come to the game or they try to be part of the league, that it's not a celebrity game.
Right.
It's not a, you know, kind of a pickup friendly game. It's pro basketball. So you have to be ready to play at that level.
Right.
And if you're not, you can't play. And unfortunately, a few guys came in. They wasn't just, you know, in basketball shape and ready to go. And so, you know, if you're not ready to go, it ain't about your name. It's about your game at this level.
Like
so, you know, we had to deactivate some guys. But if they get themselves together, get in shape, they can come back next year and try out for a team.
So what player has been the biggest surprise for you?
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, who he was actually banned out of the NBA 22 years ago.
Wow.
Because he refused to stand for the national anthem.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, look him up. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
Wow.
I can't even spell it, so I can't look it up.
Talk to him.
Crooked letter, crooked
Talk
letter.
to your Siri or
Exactly.
Alexa, whoever
She'll
the hell y'all
find it.
talk to, he'll find it. But he's a dude who he took a stand. It was a religious stand, and was essentially blackballed out the NBA. And when we started the Big 3, he wanted to play, and man, giving them buckets. He's 50 years old.
Wow. Still
Out
dropping
there
them. Wow.
dropping buckets, in shape, can play, you know, still play good, still got the shot. And so it's surprising because we got guys out there, you know, we started 27 and up. So when you got guys out there 27, 28, going against a guy out there that's 50 and getting used and can't handle that.
Wow.
It's amazing. You know, it's amazing.
Have you ever
to me.
tried to get Jordan and say, hey, Jordan, just come and just play?
Nah, I haven't tried to get Jordan. But look, he told one of the guys, I can't play because I'm an NBA owner. So that means
he
was thinking about that.
It's crossed his
He
mind.
was thinking about like, damn, I wish I could.
It's crossed his mind.
Yeah, but you know, who knows? You know how much he would do in the Big 3, because like I said, it is professional 3-on-3 basketball. So it's a level you got to be at, or you're not gonna have success.
No doubt.
Awesome.
Beautiful thing.
Awesome. Well, Ice Cube, thank you so much for coming through, my brother.
Oh, thanks for having us,
tomorrow
man.
at the AAA.
Yes, come through. It's an affordable ticket, man. 3 games for the price of 1. Man, see some of the best players that ever played the game in the house. You know, Amari Stoudemire, Nate Robinson, Ricky Davis, Gilbert Arenas. You know, so we got players that you know, that you love, and come on out and check it out.
I love that. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so I plan to be there as well.
Yeah. All right. We appreciate it. Thank you. We got courtside seats. You got us?
I got you, man. You know, just hit that box office.
So you said
Put your credit card down.
Right.
Still got the perfect seats for
Got the perfect seats. Thank you so much for stopping by.
No problem.